Hey, it's Dwayne, the old Indiana farm boy. Today we're going to do a little power washing on the Super 55 and on the ZB Moline. Super 55 Oliver. If you recall, I was out bush hogging with it and it got quite dirty. So we're going to power wash it, and in an upcoming video we'll be rebuilding the seat here. It's has no cushion anymore, leaves a lot to be desired there. So we'll get her going. Right like that. Then we'll get the ZB out and we'll do some power washing. As you can see, it's quite dusty. Yeah, quite dusty. Due for a good bath. These days we'll be redoing this hood. You can see how it's kind of wrinkled up there. Looked pretty good until I put the clear coat on, and then it wrinkled up pretty bad. So we'll redo that and re-decal the hood there. Everything else came out pretty good. The front came out pretty good. The dash came out pretty good. Engine, frame, everything did pretty well except that hood. I just didn't wait long enough for it to cure before I clear coated it. So let that be a lesson to you. The old Super 55, though, it's 1957. Does a very good job. Well, let's go get the ZB out. All right, there's a ZB, the 60, UTU, Super 55, 55. The Super 55, I have to remove the muffler to get it in and out of here. The ZBs has the muffler underneath the hood and low muffler pipe, so makes it pretty handy to get in and out. The UTU, I cut a little off the top there, so I can get it in and out. Of course, 60 goes in and out just fine, and the 55s do too. 77 is the only one I have trouble with. Have to remove the muffler to get it in and out. All right, let's take the charger off. I always put a little trickle charger on them, kind of a maintainer. Back up. Turn the gas on. I'm going to wash this one off. I haven't washed it yet since I got it. We got a few oil leaks. I know the hydraulics leaks a little bit. A few things there. We're going to find out exactly where it leaks, get those leaks stopped. Also, I have purchased now 2 front tires. The front tires on these are They've got fairly good tread, but the sidewalls are rotted out on them. So we'll be fixing that up. I've already fixed the air cleaner hose, got that all hooked up. Good shape that way. Well, see if she'll fire up and if she'll go. And if she doesn't, boy, I always wish you had them. I believe we got a leak right in here somewhere. There's oil right here. And down through here, you can see on the floor where she's leaking. Of course, 72-year-old tractor's got to right the leak. It's put in its time. But boy, back then, they made them to last. Unlike today's tractors where there's kind of a throwaway. Run them till they quit and you throw them away. These old tractors were made to last. Now you can kind of see on the tire some of the bulges and things, especially on this one here. There you can see it's time to replace that old front tire. I took the, this one doesn't have a crank with it, didn't get one with it, but the crank off the UTU fit right in there, turn the engine over. So I do have a crank that'll work if I ever need to, but both of them have electric start. And the lights work on both of them, so I'm in pretty good shape that way. Now if I can get up here and hold you in one hand and me in another, we'll have it made. This one too, another kind of a unique feature. I guess some of the old John Deere boys still under a hand clutch, so this has got both a foot and a hand clutch. I've never used a hand clutch on it. I have to on the UTU because that's all you got. I'd like to figure out too, I saw on another video where a guy had taken the lift arms and he had made a 3-point hitch for these old ZBs. I'd like to figure that out and put a 3-point hitch on this myself. Make it so much handier. Okay. See what we can do here. Turn it on. Sure she's out of gear. Get that on. There she popped. And we're in business. Been sitting for a little bit. Got to get a new boot for them 4.2. pretty smooth after I adjusted that carburetor. It runs real smooth. Gotta check the antifreeze in all of them. Make sure we're ready for winter. Yeah, I like to figure out hydraulic works. These go up and down. Figure out a way to put a 3-point hitch on it. We've got places here for a bottom arm pivot on. Seems to run pretty good and work pretty good. Gotta be careful, I don't want to get any water down this boot here until I get it replaced. I don't want any water down that transmission. Mainly I'm going to be spraying around the engine. That's where it seems to be leaking at. These old relics are pretty good old tractors though. Do some, get her out there and we'll grease it up. Make it happen. Okay. I believe we're about ready. And you can see there's already leaking down here. It's here on the hydraulic somewhere. Of course, I've got a little leak up here too. Like the water pump's leaking a little bit. But like I said, 72 years old. It's got a right to do a little relief. Alrighty, well, I'll get the power washer going here. Well, we're letting that motor cool down a little bit. Kind of show you what I've got done on the fenders on the Super 55. This is the outside part of the fender. It goes next to the tire. And I put some of that rust resistant paint. It turns rust into, I cleaned it up real good, as you saw there, and then I painted them with that rust paint. Let that cure about 7 days, they said, and then I will paint them green on the inside. Later today, I want to take them out here, set them up, get them ready. I'm planning on this afternoon painting the outside with primer. I re-welded the handle here. Tried to take it off, but it was going to tear the fender up too much, so I went ahead and MIG welded it back on. Pretty solid. So I will clean those up this afternoon and prime them and get them painted on the outside. Also got the other parts on the edge here. I'll have to clean that all off yet. And then on the other side, I'll be painting the primer, then the green, metal green paint. But I've also got the other parts here to finish painting. The brackets, get those painted there and get those ready to go back on. So we'll have some fenders on the tractor, and I won't be putting my hand on a rolling tire when I'm going down the road or turning or something. Still got a little more cleaning to do around the name here and along the edges. We'll get that done this afternoon. I'll bring you that back to that later. Then I got the light brackets here. Want to get them cleaned up, painted so we can get lights on the thing. 3 brackets, 2 headlights and 1 tail light, and we'll put a little red light on the back of it too, like on the 550. So that's the plans for today. Kind of the plans for this video. I'll get lights on the old Super 55 there, and we'll have it pretty close. I'll have to do underneath it and adjust the PTO just a little bit. It works fine. It just runs all the time. Get that fixed. Here's a 550. See the headlights we got on it and the tail light. Makes it pretty handy. LEDs. It's a little dusty too. I ought to pull it out. Power wash it too. Another project we'll have too on this one. As you can see here, we've got a sediment bulb leaking, and I've got a new one, so we'll be putting that on too in a video. Not good. The old sediment bulb, I think it's the old original one, so we'll get that fixed up. It's going to be real handy with this loader being on here to do that. So we'll see what we can get her done. All right. Bring you back in a bit. Boy, if you think that exciting, wait till you watch the paint dry. And here we go. And there we have them, primed. Not too bad. Let that set, and we'll come back and paint her green. All right. And there's a ZB in for tonight. Yep, fresh oil right there. Coming out of a hydraulic line. There's something right in there. Oh, it's up here. We'll get her figured out. And if we don't, we always wish we had her. Put the old maintainer on it. This is positive ground. Got a maintainer on the UTU. Don't have anything on the 60 or the 55. 55 got the battery out of it. And battery out of the 55 is actually in the 60. There's a 77 and it's got a maintainer on it too. All right, well, we'll go get the Super 55 and park it. There's the old U302. Still after my son to get his Super 55 all back together so I can get that in there. Get it worked over. 64 550 and 1957 Super 55. Just a pretty little tractor and a little mighty too. Turn the gas on. I hope the fenders come out better than the hood did here. Good little runner. Did some bush hogging with it. Done some subsoiling with it. I'm heading out Friday to pick up a 2-bottom trip plow. John Deere. Could have had a 3, but I could only get a 2. And since I got it, I may have located a 3. And she's in the roof. Turn the gas off. I know some of them talk like these are kind of hard to work on, but they're actually kind of fun. They are a little challenging sometimes, but hey, everything is compact, and they are just a nice size tractor. And they'll eat a Ford 8N up. I mean, they've got a lot more than a Ford. And there they have it. That's been my day down here on the farm. Getting the fenders prepped and painted. Tractors washed. Truck washed. Went to a meeting. Talked on the phone off and on all day. And that's the way my day went. All right, got the tractors all power washed. They come out pretty good. A lot of trash out of the 55 in front of the radiator. I've got to take that grill off and put that screen back on. Forgot to do that when I put the grill on. I got in a hurry. Got the Moline all washed off. Now we can see if we can find out exactly where she's leaking at. I don't know, maybe the heads may be leaking there, or here on the hydraulic. We'll have to see when I fire it up and see if we can see any fresh leaks. Engine oil still looks like it's right up on the proper level. Pretty good old Moline ZB. Now I got the paint down over here. Primed the fenders, and then I painted them green. Got the outside done. I got to do the inside yet. I think I'll wait till they harden up a few days, and then I'll put yellow on the Oliver, embossed there in Oliver's, and then clear coat them. These are painted too. Well, that's all I got for you today. The old 55's coming along, hitting the ZB. So you'll catch them on some future videos. Catch you later. Bye now.